Hi, and thanks for being here on this Thursday where we've seen temperatures rise, we've seen cloud cover increase, and shower chances are all but fading away, at least for the next few days. And it's on to the 80s for, indeed, the weekend. And starting tomorrow, I think we'll cross that line tomorrow and definitely carry on through into your Saturday and Sunday. And after that, we'll get back to some shower chances, an updated forecast in just a few moments. The governor's Team Kentucky update included a lot of things today, including his displeasure with the lack of action, he says, on behalf of legislators for medical marijuana before the end of the General Assembly, and he made a point of that. We will pass that along. A violent two-car crash early this morning right at 7:30 on Restaurant Row. Driver sped through two red lights, what appears to be in excess of 70, maybe 80 miles an hour, crashing into a woman who was getting ready to pull into her job this morning. The driver facing charges. All involved were taken to the hospitals, one by helicopter. I'll show you video of the actual crash as well. And we have arrests to follow up from last night's report in regards to 3 men, plus a juvenile is being questioned, but 3 men arrested thus far for burglary of a Sagersville location, former residence of Belzy Conley, and a host of other news and information. And a lot happening on our calendar, too, with a couple of birthdays. And I'll get started with all of it after a word or two.
Hello, I'm William Bill Meade, Republican candidate for Magoffin County Sheriff. One of the candidates recently said that training and experience didn't matter, that no one has done anything in Magoffin County yet. You know what? I agree. Nothing has been done in Magoffin County yet, but that can change on May 17th. With over 33 years experience in law enforcement, I have a strategy to combat the drug problem that we've been facing for years. I believe in and support rehabilitation for those with drug addiction. If they want help, we should support them so that they can return to their families and be productive in society. But we can't allow those that want to make a living destroying the lives of our loved ones to continue. If you're ready for a positive change, I ask for your vote and support. I'm number 4 on the Republican ballot, but number 1 for Magoffin County.
Hello, Magoffin County. I'm Brian Montgomery, your current jailer. I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you for your vote and support in this upcoming election. I've been in this line of work for the last 25 years, with 14 years being at the detention center, and now the last 11 and a half as your jailer, with continued training every year. I hope that I have helped you or a loved one somewhere along the way, and I hope that you will continue to let me serve you and come out on May 17th and vote for me, Brian Montgomery, for jailer, number 1 on the ballot. Thank you.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Hello folks, I'm Jeff Lovely. I would like to ask for your vote and support to elect me as your next Magoffin County attorney. I've been practicing law for 25 years. In that time, I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of county attorney offices throughout eastern Kentucky. I've learned that the best county attorneys are available and willing to listen when you have a question or a problem, and will do everything that they can to help. So I would like to ask for your vote and support to elect me your next Magoffin County attorney so I can be there for you and your family.
Hello, my name is Travis Joseph, and I'm a Democrat candidate for the office of Magoffin County Attorney. For the past 12 years, it has been my pleasure to serve as your assistant county attorney. This office is an extremely challenging and important job. In most cases, if you have to go see the county attorney, you're having a problem. You could be the victim of a crime, you could have received a traffic citation, you may be seeking treatment for a loved one with a substance abuse problem or mental health issue, or you may have a loved one that due to sickness or injury may be in need of legal guardianship. In those situations, it is important to be able to turn to someone with the knowledge and experience necessary to guide you through those difficult and scary times. For 12 years, I've handled all those matters on a daily basis, and I'm fully confident in my ability to serve you when you need help the most. On May 17th, I ask you to vote for me, Travis Joseph, as your next Magoffin County attorney. Thank you.
It is never too early for spring to spring at the seasonal shop, and it has. With new ladies' fashions in and arriving daily from all the fashion houses you've come to love, like Royce, Mud Pie, Charlie Page, Simply Southern, they have a new line of spring tees from Ivory Ella and amazing scents in soaps, body lotions, and home fragrance diffusers by Michael Design Works, with something for every room in the house. Plus new home decor, and as always, so much more at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville.
Hello, my fellow McGoffin Countyans. My name is Carson Sloan, and I'm a candidate for Magistrate District 2. As your magistrate, I will apply the same core values I have held myself to all my life. As your magistrate, I will always be honest, hardworking, trusting, and dependable. I will be a full-time employee for you, the people of District 2 and McGoffin County as a whole. So on May 17th, please cast your vote for Carson Sloan for Magistrate District 2, number 1 on the ballot and number 1 for the job. Thank you.
Let's begin with Governor Beshear and his Team Kentucky update earlier this afternoon, where he says, quote, "I want to make it clear I am for medical marijuana." He also said he wants to see it happen in the right way. He also expressed his displeasure after legislators failed to enact an act on medical marijuana, as have most other states in the country, saying that as a result, he is looking at a number of things, four-pronged plan, if you will. One of those is considering executive action, he says, which has worked before, using an example of expanding Medicaid.
Next, I want to talk about an issue that has been talked about for years. But this session, like the last one and many before it, the General Assembly did not get the job done despite broad support from the public. I'm talking about access to medical cannabis. Over the past several years, I have been not only talking about, but strongly supporting this issue. And it is strongly supported by the vast majority of Kentuckians. Its time has come, and it can give some ailing Kentuckians relief. For those suffering from Alzheimer's, ALS, cancer, severe and chronic pain, epilepsy and seizures, PTSD, and many other conditions, those are conditions in many other states where they can work with a healthcare provider to gain access to medical cannabis to help treat their symptoms if it's right for them. Medical cannabis is a popular treatment, often referred to as an alternative to highly addictive opioids that are still prescribed far too often to deal with individuals' pain. In fact, as of February 2022, a total of 37 states, as well as DC, Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands regulate cannabis for medical use by qualified individuals. If you look, the majority of the Midwestern states have some type of regulated cannabis program. Those include Illinois, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. When you look at southern states like Alabama, Florida, and Mississippi, they're allowing treatment for their residents. Yeah, we are actually behind Mississippi this time. We can't make that joke. Mississippi was actually the latest state to permit the use, and their state legislature had the courage that ours did not to do so this February. And our neighboring states of Virginia and West Virginia also have access to regulated cannabis. It has passed the House the last several years. Yet, this year in the Senate, it died. It never even got a vote in committee. So, people are ready, and given where we are, and with so many supporting moving forward on cannabis, including many in our House of Representatives, today I'm announcing 4 steps that set out a process we're going to be engaged in over the next several months.
Those 4 steps include considering executive action on medical cannabis, establishing a governor's medical cannabis advisory team, which he would ask and task to travel around the entire state and talk to as many Kentuckians as possible who would wish to share their thoughts about medical cannabis. Also, the governor says that he's established a way for Kentuckians to communicate with his office, specifically an email address that will go directly to the subject, govmedicalcannabisadvisoryteam.ky.gov. Stay tuned. I'll go to local headlines after these messages.
Good people of McGoffin County, my name is Tim Watkins, son of John Clay and Melva Jean Watkins Sire, and son Sean Watkins, and 7 grandchildren. We have been servants of McGoffin County most of our lives, been there for you in the time of need. I'm in your need to make sure our children and grandchildren have a safe county to grow up in. Please help me to obtain this goal by voting Tim Watkins for sheriff. I know together we will make a difference. Thank you.
First, let me thank those of you who have welcomed me into their homes. It's been a pleasure. For those I've missed, I'm not done yet. I'm visiting as many folks as possible. Let me assure you, I'm capable and willing to do this job. I believe it's time for a change. I will never let the citizens down. I will never lose my integrity, nor will I ever forget who I am or where I come from. I will always be a servant to the people. Customer service, better hours, friendly staff, and the willingness to help everyone will always be my top priority. Together we can make a change. I'm asking to be your McGoffin County Clerk.
Hello, McGoffin County. My name is Robert James Bailey. I'm asking for your votes to serve as your next McGoffin County Jailer. I can proudly say that my work ethic has been validated over the years as a foreman for Rumpke. I deal with the public on many levels, solving issues they have encountered. Another one of my accomplishments is as a football coach for the elementary and middle school students. I have interacted and communicated effectively with both parents and students, and I will always be there to assist others when needed. If you're looking for new leadership, give me this opportunity to prove to you that I can perform all duties required as your next McGoffin County Jailer.
Are you ready for warm weather and a little sunshine? The Appalachian Wireless team has decided to have the ultimate spring break event. A sale so big with so many savings opportunities, you'll be thinking it's Christmas in April. The spring break event is going on now through the end of April, and all smartphones are on sale with Appalachian Advantage. Spring into an Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us on the web to see what deals have sprung at our spring break event. We know what you want because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
The past 3 years have been like no other time in history. We have had flooding events, ice storms, a 100-year pandemic, emergency service issues, and now we have inflation rising to levels not seen in decades. But in McGoffin County, we don't let adversity get us down. We have steadily moved our county forward, and this is because of you. Because of your faith and trust in me, I have been able to build relationships in Frankfort and in Washington, D.C., placing McGoffin County on the map as an up-and-coming community. Locally, we are continuing to renovate our county-owned buildings, properties, and parks. We now have a state-of-the-art 911 center, and we use every dollar of our road fund to repair and maintain our county roads. But as we all know, there is still so much more work to be done. I pledge to keep pushing for funding to expand water across the county, for economic development, for tourism, and other items to improve our community, as well as continuing to support and honor our local veterans. Again, thank you for your trust and support, and I ask for your vote for another term as Judge Executive so we can keep McGoffin County moving forward.
It's certainly not a local headline, and I don't have any accompanying video, but I was seeing reports earlier today out of Cincinnati where almost a dozen people, masked, gloved, walked into the Kenwood Town Center. It's where the Louis Vuitton store is, and they went right past all the employees and made it out with literally everything on the shelves, almost $500,000 worth of merchandise. Broad daylight, around 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. If I come across any video or anything of that, I'll pass it along. I just didn't have time to do so, but I just thought that was just astounding. Fortunately, no one was hurt. I'm not even sure if there were any weapons involved. I don't know. There may have been, but no one, as I understand, was injured. Here in local headlines, several people were injured, one very seriously who was life-flighted this morning after a serious 2-car collision, which was captured on our security system at Lee's Famous Recipe. And as you're about to see, it shows the vehicle in question, which had already blown through one red light, according to witnesses telling state police who were investigating, and then blew through a second at a high rate of speed, hitting a Floyd County woman as she was attempting to cross 114 on her way to work. This is the aftermath of the collision. The vehicle you see here to the right, the small black SUV, belonged to a Floyd County woman who works at the ARH facility here, I believe in Dr. Scott Arnott's office. She was pulling from, if you will, from the Dairy Queen and Least Famous Recipe side of the road across 114 when she was blindsided by an oncoming black Volvo sedan. In that vehicle was a female driver, a male, and a 4-year-old child. The vehicle was traveling at a high rate of speed, and after colliding with this vehicle, traveled another 200 feet from the impact point across the sidewalk and up into the parking lot of another Sagersville business. One person, that being the driver of the vehicle that was struck, was airlifted from the scene. She was said to have been unconscious upon arrival of those who were first to her and of EMS personnel. At last report, she was said to be in stable condition and was responsive. At the hospital she was transported to. Eyewitnesses indicated that the black Volvo had already blown through the red light down towards Salyersville at a high rate of speed and then came through the next at the same rate of speed, colliding this time with the victim's vehicle. The Kentucky State Police have cited the driver of the Volvo with DUI as well as no insurance on the vehicle, while all 3 occupants of that vehicle were as well taken to an area hospital, those transported by ground ambulance. This is video of the crash from one of our cameras at Lee's Famous Recipe. You'll see the victim's vehicle pulling up to the stop line there, waiting for the light to change green, traffic moving. Watch the flow of traffic and the speed at which it is traveling, moving at a regular pace. What you'll not be able to see in its entirety based on the way this video was captured is far to the left of your screen. You'll see traffic coming in the direction going towards Prestonsburg start to slow down as the light changes from green to yellow to red. Then you'll see the victim start to pull out after the light has changed green, and then there is the collision. An estimated 70 to 80 miles per hour as of right now, per our calculations, yet to be determined by the Kentucky State Police. While I'm told more charges are possibly pending for now, Leanne Nicole Bleeker of Sagersville was charged again with no insurance and driving under the influence. I do have that update on 3 people arrested, 3 adults and 1 juvenile who's being questioned in regards to a burglary that I first broke to you on yesterday. I'll get to that in just a few moments, and more to come as well. Good news weather-wise, very good news. But right now, a couple of birthdays will begin tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. Yes, birthday wishes tonight to Linda. That's Linda Hammond. Linda from a whole lot of family and friends who love you lots. They hope you had the happiest of birthdays, and we do too. Happy birthday to you. And Deborah Grace Queen, a happy 53rd birthday from Mom and Dad and all the family and all the friends as well. Best wishes to you too. Happy birthday, Deborah Grace Queen. Happy birthday. To all Democrats, a meet and greet is going to be held this Saturday, 10 till 2 at the Battlefield Park on Route 7. If you wish to set up a table, pass out campaign materials, things of that nature, all you need to do is make a $100 donation to the Democratic Party of McGoffin County when you get there. Everyone else is invited as well, so they hope that you'll stop by this Saturday, 10 till 2 at the Battlefield Park. Remember, next week is the first of 3 weeks of county-wide cleanup campaigns. For District 2 residents in McGoffin County, it's next week. Then District 3 residents, it's May the 9th through the 13th. And then District 1 residents, the 23rd through the 27th. And remember, the city of Sagersville runs their cleanup campaign pretty much throughout this entire window. If you have any questions, call the judge's office or Sagersville City Hall. They'll be glad to help. Remember, no hazardous waste, no construction material, and no liquids, paint, things of that nature, anything dangerous. As for the next announcement, Revival. Oh yeah, ongoing nightly at 7 at New Life Worship Center. They would love for you to join them. That's every night this week at 7 o'clock. That, of course, is New Life Worship Center on 460, where I just was on Good Friday. You may recall the story, just saying. If you're looking for the location, that indeed is where it is. You'll want to save the date for a mega job fair that is next week, next Wednesday at the Mountain Arts Center. There will be multiple employers there, many of them ready to hire. If you need a job, this is where you want to start. This is where you want to go. 789-2857 is the number to call in the meantime, or careerhelp@bsacap.org. is an email address that you can find career help at. And you can find help with getting your words out for your church, group, club, organization, or just your birthday or anniversary by telling me so I can tell everyone about them. Funeral service arrangements are next. They're brought to you nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Tonight, they come as a reminder that services, a memorial service for Gary Allen Lowe, will be held Saturday at 1 o'clock from the Swampton Baptist Church. The Sayersville Funeral Home in charge of arrangements. Lowe, 71, of Louisa, passed away on Monday, survived by his wife Betty, daughters Jody Brown of Sayersville, and Allison Gerald and Terry Gerald, as well as 10 grandkids and 11 great-grandchildren. Not everything has changed over the years. Frazier's Prater Drugstore is still your most trusted pharmacy, where you can get your prescription brought to you curbside or make your way to the counter for a snack, lunch, or an incredibly sweet treat. And check out Strings and Things inside the shack, the Radio Shack, musical instruments, guns, ammo, electronics, and more. It's as wonderfully unique of a shopping experience as is the selection at Frazier's Prater Drugstore in downtown Sayersville.
I'm Neil Adams, Republican candidate for Sheriff of McGoffin County. My main duty as sheriff will be to protect all the people of McGoffin County, and especially our elderly and youth, from the ongoing drug scourge. I am not a politician, but I am a highly trained narcotics detective with over 21 years of law enforcement experience. I know and I see people every day that express their concerns about the illegal drug activity in our county. I hear your voices, and I'm letting you know that help is on the way. I ask all fellow Republicans to join my team in helping me to fight this drug epidemic in our county. Vote Neil Adams, Republican for Sheriff.
Car wrecks, truck wreck, disability, workers' comp, slip and fall, wrongful death. Your case matters to you. Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
What's up, McGoffin County? It's Boone Williams, University of Kentucky.
Boone gets the call, over 100 yards rushing today. Boone pulling his way inside the 5, staying on his feet for the touchdown, Kentucky.
Make sure y'all go vote for my guy, Josh Poe, man. Thanks.
I'm Joshua Poe, and I approve this message.
Check out the latest in savings on new sets of tires and vehicle maintenance at Conley's, like $150 back on Goodyears, $120 back on Bridgestones, and big deals on Firestone, Hankook, General, and more. All with perfect snap-on balancing, and where they only charge $35 for state-of-the-art computer diagnostics to fix exactly what you need and get you back on the road. On the web at conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville.
I'm Kelly Collins.
And I'm Taylor Shepard.
And we are with the Golden Law Office. We both began our legal careers in Lexington, representing the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided us with inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will defend your case.
We are now taking that knowledge and returning to our hometown in Eastern Kentucky.
As a partner at Golden Law Office, we are returning home to continue to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
Neil Adams with the Sayersville Police Department followed through on an investigation today, arresting a total of 3 men, as well as looking to question a juvenile, all suspected of being involved in burglarizing a Sayersville residence just day before yesterday or night before last.
The subject come in, report that the old Belsley Colony place has been broken into. Missing several items, done some damage to the property, at which time I opened an investigation.
This was the bulk of the items that were stolen, some antique stoves, everything essentially antiques, all, as I told you yesterday, easily identifiable as Belsley Conley's, because as everyone who knew him knows, he had a knack for writing his name on everything. The family also found a lot of other items piled up throughout the residence and on the property, looking as though that someone was planning on coming back to get those later. There was some security footage that was actually obtained from a nearby residence or structure, and Adams was able to verify a truck used in the crimes as belonging to one of the 3 men which were involved, a Jason Holbrook, who along with Wayne Gibson and Michael Wayne Sloan were all arrested earlier this morning at the trailer court on Cheyenne just down the street. All were charged with burglary in the 2nd degree. A picture of Gibson was not available as of airtime, and a juvenile is also being questioned in the case. As far as COVID goes, just a brief update tonight. State numbers as a whole have seen the case count increase, but only very minutely, a very small increase. Now, the positivity rate has actually gone up in Kentucky for the 2nd week in a row. We'll break down those numbers a little more for you tomorrow. McGoffin County, Johnson County, and Floyd County were at last report, at last update, which was last Friday, still the only 3 counties in Kentucky which were not in the green, and they were in yellow. I've still checked with our local health department each day here in McGoffin County, and I think so far this week we've only seen 3 or 4 cases in totality, which is giving us a little misunderstanding as to why still the yellow status. But the new update on the map should be out tomorrow. I'll have some more finite numbers for you COVID-wise, as we are starting to see just a small, very small increase that may be one that will follow or be following suit as to other more significant increases in other parts of the country from the variant of Omicron. We'll wait and see. Break it down for you on tomorrow's program. Right now, let's break down your 7-day forecast and take a look at a glorious, very spring, dare I say early summer-like weekend. Can't rule out, nothing on the radar, can't rule out a sprinkle or 2 over the next little bit. But other than that, we're just going to see mostly cloudy skies and some patchy fog later on tonight, mainly after 2 or 3 in the morning, and a low of 50 degrees. And that will wrap up your Thursday. And then we crank up the warm air tomorrow. We hit the 70s today. It was nice, but it will be much more nice tomorrow. We'll start off with fog. Some foggy nights, foggy mornings for the next few days. Tomorrow will be one of them, but we'll top out right at 80 degrees for your Friday. Mostly sunny, calm winds, mostly clear skies tomorrow night. That could be a perfect day. It could be, by all definitions. Saturday, maybe a little more so temperature-wise, a little bit of a wind to talk about. 84 for the first half of your weekend. Nighttime temperatures will be down to a very mild and nice 60 that evening. Fog to start it off again. Sunshine all day long. And again, that southwesterly wind up to 15 miles per hour or so for the first half of your weekend. And Sunday, another one of those perfect days, maybe even better than tomorrow. We're going to add 3 degrees or so. We'll be at 83 degrees. Winds will not be an issue, and nighttime temperatures will be right around 60 again. So you can argue as to which one you like better. Regardless, a beautiful weekend ahead. Sunny and partly cloudy for the latter half of it, and that will absolutely make one of the nicest weekends we've had, if not the nicest, perhaps this year, to be honest. Next week, though, however, we kind of see an about face, as we often do, and we'll go from the 80s to the low 60s in a matter of about a 24-48 span. Monday, shower chances crank back up to the tune of 60%. We'll start off next week partly sunny, as you're about to see, but with a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly early in the morning to about 3 in the afternoon on your Monday. So, with that said, showers likely Monday night and into your Tuesday. Tuesday, a 40% chance of showers and 62 degrees. Yeah, low 60s. And then we're going to hover there for a few days thereafter, but we'll dry up after Tuesday. 61 Wednesday and sunny. 62 Thursday and sunny. And I think after that, we start to climb back up to where we should be and want to be temperature-wise. That's it. That's my time. Thank you for letting me have a little bit of yours, and I'll see you back here tomorrow night, wrapping up this week of Your News Today. Good night.